Hello and welcome to Stephanie Uncensored, and this is Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday is a Goodreads group that was created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey and is now moderated by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. And I will link all of the Goodreads information and their channels down in the description box. This week's topic is favorite science fiction and fantasy books. So, science fiction and fantasy. I was really surprised when I went back and looked at my read books to find that I have actually read some science fiction and fantasy books. I'm usually in the realm of romance, and these books, some of them are in romance, but I was super surprised to find that I have actually read 5 science fiction and fantasy books. So let's get to which ones were my favorite and how they rank. So to start off with number 5 is going to be Jurassic Park and Jurassic World by Michael Crichton. It's about dinosaurs, and although I enjoyed the movies more than the books, I can actually say those are 2 science fiction books that I enjoy and like. Next, number 4 is going to be the Wayward Pines series by Blake Crouch. And I actually enjoyed this series when I listened to it on WhisperSync, I believe it was, and I got it for free. That's Pines, Wayward, and The Last Town are the 3 books in that series. And by listening to those books, I started watching the series that did a limited run on Fox and was super intrigued by it. I was like, ooh, yeah. Even though they changed a lot of the story and aspects of the books into the TV show, I still really enjoyed the overall story. It was gory, it was horror, and it was crazy. So it's set in post-apocalyptic United States. It's the last town that supposedly went into a stasis, I guess. They went into suspension where only certain humans were kept and were brought out 200 or 400 years after America imploded, or the world imploded, and they are the last people that are here. But they have this other species that lives as well. But they live in a town that's all blocked off, and everything is cookie cutter, sort of living in the 50s, but they have rules, and if you disobey those rules, things happen. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then one day, all hell breaks loose. Craziness. Crazy. It's very descriptive, and it's very horror-filled, so if you don't like blood and gore and things like that, it may turn your stomach at times, but overall, it was a really good read. It really grabbed me and kept me thinking about it. And then that ending is just, it's one of those endings. Yeah, it is. Number 3 is going to be The Martian by Andy Weir. And even though it took me 3 times to actually read this book, and actually I didn't read it, I listened to it on audio book, and after that I was completely hooked on it. And whenever the movie comes on a movie channel, I love to watch it. Doesn't matter when it is. I loved all of the snark and sarcasm, and even though the book itself is filled with science, the movie is absolutely amazing and stunning, and it's beautiful to look at because the cinematography is just great. Great. And the narrator from the audiobook is what really made me love the book, because he hit all of the talking points and the tone was very much set in his audio narration of the book. Number 2 is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, and that is Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay. So I watched The Hunger Games and hadn't read the book, watched the movie, and then I watched Catching Fire and still hadn't read the books. But that ending for Catching Fire, I said, oh, no. I have got to read what is really going on. Because I was like, oh, I'll just watch the movies. It's not going to be an issue. And then I saw the ending for Catching Fire, and I was like, I have got to know what is going on. So I read the books, and I think the books gutted me more than the movies did, because some of the meanings that were described in the books were just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It made it even more alive and just more. Just more. That's one of them. That just really got me. Yes. And then finally we have The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and you have Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter. And those books I listened to on audiobooks, and I just was like, okay, this is a different world. This is a different something or another. I never thought that I would enjoy hearing about cyborgs and hearing about werewolves and just the whole fantasy of it. It was just amazing. Or I didn't even think I would like fairy tale retellings. And these books, the way they are narrated, were so amazing. It was like a movie for my ears. And it would be amazing if they made a movie like that. But they were so sweet. I mean, she took just the right portion of fairy tale to make it a retelling, to not overwhelm you and make you think back, oh, this is Cinderella, so this is what should happen. No, not at all. So those are my top 5 books, or science fiction books and fantasy books, that I absolutely adore. What are your top 5 fantasy and science fiction books? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching once again. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And there is a form in the description box if you could help me improve my channel just a little bit more. Thank you for watching again, and we'll see you guys next week.